We are here, part 2 of the box opening. Is this what we call this? I gotta get used to that. What do we call this?
It is a Hero
unboxing. Unboxing.
Let's just be honest. We just took a piss.
Yes, true.
I wanted some soda. I'm a fat guy, you know.
So we're gonna probably be able to rapidly go through this, but what I want to do is, if it's a character that we haven't already seen, or I want to go into details of those characters.
And
Well,
to keep continuity,
Yeah.
we have kept this little side box right here. It's
So
gonna be-
just in case somebody
Ooh.
starts in video part 2.
I see a Fire Lord right off the top.
All right.
Okay,
Fireball.
here we go. We're going right into
We're
it.
right into it. Right into
Oh,
it.
sorry guys, it was. I seen the sheet thing. And I was kind of like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, Black Panther. Maybe this is going to be better than the Avengers Defenders. 12 attempts at it. Sorry. I'll do this and let
Okay.
you.
So we can remove sheathing and the thing that's in there.
Well, I
Maybe.
thought so.
Maybe.
Unfortunately, those two are different.
They are.
But the thing is the same. The thing is the same, but the sheet thing, it's actually a uncommon sheet thing.
So we'll say this is Tony's thing.
Alright. So
Oh man, Wizard, bro, this is nice.
Which is good because I do want one of those.
Yeah, Wizard's nice.
Okay. So we got some Frightful Four.
Guys, be very careful because it looks like they did the whole standing wand deal with Fire Lord. So you're gonna have to actually manipulate very carefully
It's a really delicate
to
piece.
take them
when
back
you're
out.
when we're taking the clicks out, we're pushing them down, right?
Yeah, down. Don't be afraid if you have to take scissors. These,
Yeah.
give a shit about this.
Yeah.
This is where the money's at.
Yeah.
Here, I'll take that.
Yeah. I forgot you like those. They're nice.
No, sometimes they're really
Just
good
just
for,
say you like them and accept it. It's okay.
well, they're good for selling, you know.
That's true. Just to
Because the
mail
resale
them.
is always there. Well, we display those. I'm gonna slide these down and move the box.
They typically come with 5. We removed the thing that we've already revealed.
Yeah, we've already seen
Part
this one, but it looked like this. You know, if you want to see what he does, go back to the other video.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to rewind because we don't care. We don't know.
But right here, this is a different sheet thing. She's the first one was set number 12. This is set number 28. I guess we could just get her out of the way really quick. This sheet thing is the same character. It's Sharon Ventura, except this one was when she was part of the Frightful Four. And she has a trait called the Frightful Four, and this one says, if you don't want to fight me. It's a unique modifier. It means like if you can run 10 of these characters, but only one of them will activate during your turn. Friendly characters with the Frightful Four keyword modify damage +1 when attacking only characters that share a keyword with them. Okay. So she runs on a Frightful Four team, but if she attacks somebody who has the same keyword as her, because she also has a Fantastic Four keyword, herself and other characters with the Frightful Four keyword, they will do a +1 damage.
So during the draft, this would be the breaker because everybody else would be using Fantastic Four. If you had those, you could just run this shit over.
See, the thing is with these sets, I'm glad you mentioned that. A lot of these pieces are good in what we would call the meta game, and some of these pieces are just really good in a blind draft. Like they're good against other pieces within this set. So you have to try to differentiate in this game, like, oh, this is a good piece against other pieces in the set. Oh, this is a good piece against, you know, meta stuff. And I just picked up 2 random things. Those aren't actual examples. But
they could be because this was. You're good.
it could be. She's 75 points, so she actually has 6 clicks instead of the other one that has 4 clicks. And then on the first 3 clicks, she has a movement power. It says, coming after those that hurt me. Leap climb. When She Thing uses it, after resolutions, she can make a close attack. So basically, she moves her full movement of 8, and then she can hit you.
Is that charge with leap?
No charge. It's just leap climb.
Okay.
But it's a special leap climb that allows you to move your full movement and do an attack.
I believe it was Venom that had the charge leap climb, and he could just literally up the wall in the figures.
Yeah, but
that
that's
was insane.
But I'm glad you mentioned that because leap climb is an ability that lets you move through hindering terrain, above elevated terrain, and
It's like improved movement plus.
oh, it's great. It's a great ability. It can be outwitted, but
Hers is traded though, right?
They added that new rule.
Yeah.
You can outwit traded abilities unless it says protected outwit.
I see there's a color difference between the common and
Common and uncommon. The silver.
So is that one that figure white? Yeah, it's white compared. Yeah, so then the other one's like a darker blue.
Yes. You'll notice that this one actually has the Fantastic Four on her belt.
Okay.
And this one does not.
That's the Mundu.
But they have the same symbol. They're a little different in coloration. She's a darker blue.
I'm glad they do that because
That's an approval for a remold.
Right. Yeah, I
That's
can
good.
respect that type of remold.
Yeah.
I mean, literally in the What If set, they had 3 of the same figures that had the same sculpt, same color.
Why we
same
gotta be
everything.
picking on Green Lantern?
Not Green Lantern was one of them, and Punisher was another one. Spider-Man, Daredevil. They did all those like horribly, and they
The
even
Flash, trying to figure out which one it was.
Oh yeah, and they even made the Fast Forces set, and those even had the same sculpt. So they did 4 sculpt repeats in those sets, and those are supposed to be the 15th anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, like
We celebrated a lot that year.
it was could have been.
Tell me
better.
about that Panther. What's up? Which T'Challa, right?
This is T'Challa. He's got 6 clicks. He's 60 points, so you're getting 10 points per click. That's a fantastic average. On his first click,
Yeah, charge and precision strike.
he's got charge, precision strike, combat reflexes, and he's got a special ability of leadership and outwit.
It's not bad to look over. See
I like leadership. I mean, getting back into it, leadership is a really good ability.
Leadership gives you that +1 to your
That,
action total,
yeah.
and you can take action tokens off.
Well,
Yeah.
think about it. Run the Fantastic Four team. That's got the one that reclears himself anyway. The Hunters, and use leadership on it. You're literally moving your whole squad for free.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I will say is this she's the first click that we've gotten that doesn't have the Fantastic Four team ability. This Black Panther does have
But
the
she's the
Fantastic
Frightful
Four
Four,
team
so-
ability. Right, she's fantastic. She's the Frightful Four, so she, wouldn't have it in the continuity.
Yeah.
But just to mention, but this Black Panther also has a trait, Stealth. If Black Panther occupies hindering terrain, modify attack +1. So this guy will live in the Wakanda map.
The Wakanda map with a +2 everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
this guy would. I don't know if that is still in rotation competitively, but in casual game, it's perfect.
Maps don't drop, but I think it's like,
Sometimes they do.
I think
if
it's
they're
like-
too old, they do.
I think Civil War Forward is where it's at on maps. And there's a couple of the, not the Office, but there's a couple of these that have been dropped off. But other than that, they're pretty much roll of the maps just been.
Where does Black, as far as lore goes, or in the game, where does he come into play with the Fantastic Four?
So the Fantastic Four has had different. It has a lot of different variations. I mean, the original will always be, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, The Thing, and Human Torch.
Probably doesn't hurt the first appearance thing either.
Right. Now, on the significant appearance that he's had with the Fantastic Four is Fantastic Four number 3, 1962.
Wow. So he does go way back with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it's literally breaking in to the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
In the newest, in one of the newest runs of Fantastic Four, it's like the new Fantastic Four number 1. Reed Richards, like he's trapped on his planet, and he tricks like his enemy that he's fighting. I think it's actually maybe in number 2 it happens, and he's like, I just need backup. I just need to bring in my team. And she's like, I already know about your team. It's the Fantastic Four. I'm not afraid of them. But he brings back every single person who's ever been in the Fantastic Four. So you see Black Panther, you see the Hulk, you see She-Thing, you see Luke Cage, like all of these people who've ever been
The
in.
Future Force ones, you're talking about his son and Spider-Man and all of them.
Spidey's in it, like Ghost Rider, like everybody makes a throwback, and it's really cool. Like we didn't mention it too much, but I always really love the Fantastic Four because they are like the first real family of Marvel. Like other comics have tried to do something similar, with the Bat family and the Spider-Man family, but the Fantastic Four did it first, and I think they do it the best.
The Bat family is such a broken family, though, compared to Fantastic Four. Like Fantastic Four, they love each other, they're there for each other.
Yeah.
And the Bat family is such a Jerry Springer type family, man. They got so much drama.
You got like Red Hood.
They're so
and Damian
toxic.
Wayne.
Sorry, wifey was wanting to know
That's
if she could order pizza.
Yeah, that's so toxic, man. That's Bat family is very toxic. But yeah, I get you with that.
But you have to include him.
Yeah.
First appearance, what was it? Numbers 50, 52. Fantastic Four, 52. 1966 or 67, 66
Yeah.
would be the release year. I mean, so you have to include, that's where he came from. It's like when everybody else is like, oh, where's Sabretooth's first appearance? Where would you think it was?
X-Men,
It was in
right?
Iron Fist.
Oh, right, okay.
It was in Iron Fist. You don't really think about that situation. Just like you wouldn't think about a whole nother hero first appearance in it. But
And now Black Panther, I like the way they did his sculpt because he's like almost an off black color. Because in the comics they didn't paint him in black. They used like a dark
Like a
blue.
dark blue, yeah.
So it would come off better on the comics.
Same thing with Batman.
Yeah.
The same thing with Batman. They did the same thing with Batman and Black Panther.
shadowing was an issue.
Definitely,
Like
definitely.
when Ditko was doing it, it was really, if it faded in too much, it would be. You just think somebody had one leg because he's coming out of the shadow, which was great for like the Spectre and stuff like that in DC.
Oh yeah.
That looked great because he literally looked like he was melting out of the shadows.
So our last two here, we have Fire Lord, who this guy has the Nova Core keyword, and then he's Cosmic and Herald. So I think this
He's
guy,
the Herald of Galactus.
yes,
He is. Yes.
he has made some appearances. He has a
Him and
significant.
Terrax both were.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he was a Herald of Galactus,
Oh yeah.
just like Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
He has a significant appearance in Thor number 225 in 1974. So this guy goes back a little bit. You can play him either at 150 points or you can play him at 40 points.
Can you show that figure? That's a really nice figure. Can you kind of put him here a little bit?
Presentation.
Yeah, because he is really nice.
Yeah, they actually did
Yeah.
that really well.
He kind of looks like a high school cheerleader though. A little bit, but
His little baton.
his little
I mean, he would make a good D&D figure, I think.
yeah.
It's
Like a wizard maybe, or
No, I'd be a Megas gunslinger, and he just kind of stuff on
Yeah.
fire.
A
There you go.
gunslinger. That's funny. So he's actually pretty good at 150. I don't know if I'd play him that high because that'd be half your build total. Maybe in bigger games.
Maybe with Surfer or something.
But he has the Power Cosmic team ability. Power Cosmic team ability gives you willpower. It also gives you protected outwit, and it's uncopyable. So you can't you can't copy this with like a Spider-Man team ability, which Silk has. But Power Cosmic is pretty cool team ability to have. It's normally the go-to power they give for like the really powerful clicks.
Guaranteed for Galactus.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Every time.
I mean the power looks like Galactus. It's like Galactus's head. Like if you look on there, like if you can kind of see it.
right.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the Power Cosmic. Now he has a special attack power on his first 3 clicks. It's called Cosmic Heat Beyond Compare, Energy Explosion, and Poison. When Firelord uses Energy Explosion, after resolutions, deal X damage to each hit character, where X is the number of other opposing characters adjacent to that character. So, really quick, what Energy Explosion does is that it's a range attack that allows you to attack one figure, and it allows you to attack the figures adjacent to it.
It's like a grenade drop.
Now, normally it's a locked damage at 2 for everybody, but what they did with this guy is that after resolutions, so that's after damage dealt.
So you take the 2.
Or is it not? I'll have to double check that. But after resolutions, you're going to deal X damage, and that's X is the number of characters that were adjacent
So
or that were
technically
hit.
you would take the 2 and the bonus of however many were adjacent.
Yes.
The way it's worded.
The way it's worded, yeah.
So you could have 3 people around you, and you essentially would take 5.
I mean, if you want to get real with it, you'd probably get away with it in in a sealed tournament where people aren't really sure. But maybe when they look up the rules, they find out it
This
works
is
a little
also
differently.
What we said about the influx of the pricing, because that will make a massive difference in the price. However they rule that.
And he's an uncommon
With
though.
playability.
That's the funny thing. He's an uncommon. Like they got some pieces on here that are extremely good. But you can play him for 40 points, and he's got 3 clicks, and he's got hypersonic speed for 3 clicks.
Better knows hitting it and getting it.
I don't. Never heard of that. But
Run and hit and get away.
it's true. And here we have the Wizard as our last piece. He's a rare, so he's the highest rarity of this booster pack.
Common Fantastic Four and Spider-Man villain.
What colors do you use for rare?
It's normally a silver.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like about HeroClix.
The white and
So
silver
white and
silver.
silver. I think they should.
Like, oh, is that a rare? Oh, it's a common.
Yeah, they should have probably
Elseworlds was really bad to see which was which.
maybe use a blue instead for common and
I
or
think
something like
I think
that.
that would be better.
Uh,
So this guy is 75 points, and he has the Frightful Four keyword because this dude has, for a long time, been the leader of the Frightful Four. He normally is like the creator of the Frightful Four. And the cool thing is he has this really cool trait. It's really long, so I know it has to do something good.
That's also what she said.
At the beginning of the game, you may replace up to 4 friendly characters with the same number of characters from your sideline on their starting clicks. All replacement and replaced characters must have the Frightful Four keywords and have different names. The total points of the replacement characters can't exceed the total points of the replaced characters. So, basically, what that
Drop
means...
him out, put in She-Hulk.
this guy comes out. You know, you put him on your team, and let's say you have your Frightful Four team. You look at what your opponent's got, and you're like, oh, I don't really like that team. So you can switch out up to 4 of your team members,
not including Wizard.
not including Wizard, maybe including Wizard. It says 4 friendly characters, so you could maybe
You are friendly to yourself.
Yeah, so you could also replace him, but I think he's like the bread and butter of the Frightful Four, so you might not want to get rid of him. But you can replace 4 of
he's
them.
Yeah, because once you replace them, that's it. That ability is
I was gonna say he's the only one I see with it printed, so I've been very
Right.
careful about that.
yeah.
And once you replace those 4 characters, you can put in another 4 characters as long as the total of their points doesn't exceed the other total of the first 4.
So literally, it gives you like a shifting focus change.
Right.
All right, but when does that happen? You can do that in the middle
Beginning.
of the game. Oh,
Beginning
Okay.
of game. It has to
Yeah.
be when you are putting
When you-
pieces on the map.
Not on the build, but on the play.
Right.
So it's
So you look at your opponent's setup.
Yeah, that's what this is made for.
Yeah.
This is being the Wizard, being a quote unquote tactician like he is.
Right.
He would have known the situation going in, and he would have made the adaptations to his team.
and he would have been like, all right, these aren't the 4 I need to bring. Let me bring in the other 4. Or if you just want to switch out one fig, you can do it because it says up to 4. So it doesn't have to be all 4. You could switch out one guy, 2 guys.
And
or-
games like this, wording is key. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, because up to 4, not like that
Yeah.
up to is like really.
Like we were
important.
saying, some of the stuff on this is going to change the value, like on the Firelord, and what it's going to be able
Right.
to do. It's gonna make a lot of ifs.
Yes. He has another trait. I love traits because it's something free that you don't see on the dial.
That's what I love when we play.
importantly, if you
games,
don't-
the traits were my favorite things.
If the people don't RTFC, then they'll never know.
Yeah, you gotta read the
true.
card.
You got to. Yeah.
Read
I
the
learned
card.
that. I learned that after my first game where I got my ass whooped. Then I took in the same team the second game and I did better because I read every aspect of the card.
Absolutely.
One of the young boys that was playing.
The only thing I got to get used to are the team abilities and team traits and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So
No, one of the boys that was playing in the store. He was.
Which store was that?
At IDC.
Okay.
Oh,
He
IDC
was
store.
having problems, and I know he's okay with me sharing this story because he is probably the only person who still constantly is out there, just literally waving the banner to play. Now Hunter, when he first came in, he was playing. He was having to check the cards. When we were getting to get him into play, whenever he was starting to come all the time, and I was there, did like a small mentoring with him. And what I did was, I would ask him questions about his card, and if he could answer it, I would give him some of my clicks. Literally, it got to the point to where instead of trying to grab everything random, he started getting teams that he could play and work, so he could remember where the clicks were on it. This boy went from being almost ADHD, like trying to figure out how to play, getting mad, rage quitting, to actually being able to purposely take a hit to set up his next attack. And it's because he said straightforward, he learned his dials. He read his cards. He literally could probably tell you everything about, even the cameo marks on his leadership Captain America, because that was the deal. I'd say, what's he get on click 4 for his attack? And if he answered it, I'd give him like a $30 or $40 click amount. I didn't care. Because he was putting in the time. He was learning that piece. And now Avengers is probably one of his favorite sets to play. Just wanted to share that because Hunter is still like waving the banner. Hey Hunter, you'll probably see this. Thank you, bro.
Where is he? He's here in Highlands?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good kid. Good
Really
player
good kid.
Okay, so if this guy didn't have enough free stuff, that free trait that he has, Frightful 4. You meddling fools are no match for my intellect. Friendly characters with a Frightful 4 keyword within range and line of fire of this guy have protected outwit.
Oh, wow. So you can't outwit him at all. Now, in part 1...
He's got a 7 range, so...
In part 1 of this, the box opening, am I butchering that? Or is
No,
that
you're
right?
good. Keep
Okay.
going.
We had a bunch of Frightful 4 characters. Quickly, can you just show the other Frightful 4 characters that we pulled?
I think it was just.
Well, I don't think we have any Frightful 4 yet.
She.
No?
Yes, yeah.
It was,
her. She-Hulk.
But that wasn't this
Her,
one.
she thing.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So far we only have one
So
Frightful
Ghost,
4.
what was it?
Ghost Rider is actually part of the Fantastic.
Fantastic Four. Okay.
What you're thinking was the Hunters.
Yeah,
The
we had
Hunters,
the
they're
4
correct.
Shield Beast Hunters.
The Beast Hunters. There you go.
So you're going to see a lot of different references to 4. The Shield Beast Hunters, the Fantastic Four, the Frightful 4, and they all have the Fantastic Four keyword, except for Frightful 4, they don't have. But here we got this dude who already has 2 free things that are really helpful, and then after that, he has a damage ability. Leadership, Outwit, and Perplex. When he uses Leadership, on a result of a 4, choose Outwit or Perplex. This turn, Wizard can use that chosen power twice.
He is the wizard that was. Yep.
Yeah, and he has that little damage power for 2 clicks. And the cool thing about his little Frightful 4 thing is it works on him too. So he gives himself protected outwit. So you can't take away his stuff. He helps out his friends by making them not be able to get
His
outwitted.
7 range support. Yeah.
He's
That's definitely a really good piece.
and
He's definitely reason to be the leader of the pack, so to speak.
and he's got an 11 attack, 3 damage, and he can strike from 7 squares away. Yeah, this guy is good.
Definitely great abilities, but he looks corny, man. Let's be honest.
Oh, he is.
He's always looked like
And
that.
he always speaks like this in the cartoon. He's all nerdy, but he's really
That's
powerful.
a corny looking, character, but
They want you to
he's
sleep
centric.
on him.
Right. Yeah, you definitely would slip on him. He looks like one of those 1960s,
Well, he
Friends.
did come out in 1965.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Super Friends. He looks like he's part of the Super Friends.
Oh yeah, he's definitely doing that.
Yeah.
That Aquaman.
Yeah.
But you know what? As corny
But
as he
he's dangerous,
looks,
man. He's super dangerous.
they made him comic accurate.
Perfect,
And I'll give
man.
him that.
Yeah.
And he also, the last thing he has, if he didn't
Oh
have
my
enough
God,
free stuff,
Jesus.
he's got the team ability Minions of Doom.
Oh, serious.
What this does is, when this character KOs a standard opposing character, after resolutions, heal him 1 click. No, I'm sorry, it says heal 1 click on a friendly character using this team ability.
So he's like the ultimate support piece.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, so this dude, if he let him KO somebody, he'll heal up.
Or he'll help one of his friends
No,
up.
you let her go in and
Oh, yeah. He's
let
good.
she thing do the damage. Then you let him get the finalizing shot. He's kept her safe, kept her from being outwitted, kept everything set at a 7
And if
range.
he landed a 4 on his leadership, he can choose Outwit or Perplex twice. So he can perplex up his damage twice, or his
or her
attack.
damage going into it, and then
exactly.
it's bad.
There's a lot of things you can do with him.
That's bad.
Meta,
I got a feeling this is good.
maybe, but in this set, extremely powerful.
Feels good, bro.
Yeah. How are we looking at it on time?
20 minutes in.
Okay.
We'll do a double pop.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Well, this would be the second one, so this is the double.
We're gonna have him do a double.
All right. Okay. Well, we got another sheet thing.
Cool.
So that's one less that we have to talk about. But we have. Holy
Some
crap!
nice,
I'll
there's
start
some nice
popping
looking
them out.
figures.
Is that Franklin?
That is Franklin.
That's Franklin.
Now, there's a Franklin Richards. That is Franklin Von Doom. That is from a comic, The Battle World, Secret Wars, and he's like, if he
Valerie's here.
Let's push those that we already mentioned out to the side there so we can.
this Franklin Von Doom is that he's like if he was adopted by Doctor Doom. Only 5 clicks, but I feel like this dude does a lot of cool stuff.
You know what? This is going to be the fun one to take out.
Oh, the Surfer? Goodness, they made that sculpt so crazy.
So we already had, this is a She-Hulk that we've already,
Yes, so we're
So
gonna
here
go
it
ahead
goes.
and put her
It goes out, goes down, and through.
I didn't get that.
Okay, just like it went in, it goes up this way.
Yeah.
Then this piece tilted and came out.
And this
So
is
literally
this is
just
important
pull,
because people break
turn,
their clicks just pulling them out.
straight down. You'll notice they extended a little bit on the case when the case cut in for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll save the chase for last.
So we do have a chase then.
We already pulled the chase, and we haven't even seen what's in this guy. But yeah, boom.
Is it looking bad for your conspiracy theory?
It's not mine, it's his.
Or is it looking bad for your
It never looks bad for the conspiracy.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's
Yeah.
called a conspiracy.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
true.
know what? We got the chase anyway, so
Yeah,
who
who
cares? All right, let's talk about this Human Torch first.
Speed round. He looks like
He's 40 points.
I like, man, Human Torch, man. Their Human Torch figures are so good.
He's 40 points. He has a trait called In the Beginning. The Human Torch increases his attack total +1 for each 4 in the finalized attack roll. And then he has his a defense ability on his last click, Together We Stand. He has Energy Shield Deflection and a stop click, but only if there's another friendly character with the Fantastic Four keyword within 4 squares. So it's the same thing as
So
we
once
saw
again, behind Silk.
on this thing here.
Yep.
And he's the same point value. But they did a really cool throwback because he has the Spider-Man family keyword and team ability. So it's a nice throwback.
That's good.
Because he did team up with Spidey for a little bit, so that is pretty cool.
And they're pretty cool. They're both witty characters.
I like that they hot spotted different parts on him too.
Yeah.
To where, because this is like when he would get the what was the rod called? The cosmic rod.
I don't know.
And he burned clean.
Maybe.
It was all the same, but yeah.
Something like that.
Until then, the wildfire would randomly spurt up in places.
Yeah, he's pretty good. For 40 points, he is a bargain. And I don't want to speed through, this guy is good. He is good. He's got a running shot, top dial, energy explosion, 3 damage. And then he goes to a sidestep with a range combat expert. He's got 6 range. And then on his last click, he's got a running shot, penetrating psychic blast. This guy is he can break the
He's
hurt.
legit for a 40-point.
Yeah.
We would give you more time, but we're trying to keep you guys in it, but not stuck to it, so to speak.
Creed got somewhere to go.
Oh, I'm fat and I like pizza, but I also want to see all these come out.
So we got Valeria Richards. This is one of the children of Sue and Reed Richards. So let's see what she can do. She has an attack power, free. Choose a standard attack power. Valeria can use that power this turn. That is so cool. So she has that for 4 clicks where she can pick any attack power she wants. You can pick Poison, you can pick Pensai, you can pick Pulse Wave, Energy Explosion, and she's got 5 range.
I wonder if that has to do with the probability of her future.
Maybe. And then she has a damage power that she has for the first 2 clicks. Here, Uncle, I built this for you. Perplex with a range of 8. So even though she has a 5 range, her Perplex can go for 8 range. And she has a unique modifier. When Valeria Richards uses Perplex to target another character that shares a keyword, she may instead modify a value except damage by +2. So she can give you a +2 Perplex if they have the Fantastic Four keyword, Latveria keyword, or Scientist keyword.
But if it's an enemy that has it, could you perplex down to?
It only says +2. It doesn't say +2 or
Just wanted to
-2.
make sure it was noted.
Yeah,
Because traditionally it's +2 or -2. Just making sure it was on there.
yeah. It specifically.
So she's more of a buff than a debuff.
Yeah. She can
Now, her
buff.
Perplex is more
A
of
really
buff.
cheap buff with good range.
Yeah.
I mean, for 40 points, I already see how I could use her. She could pick telekinesis. Then she can use her perplex on the person. She can
Push them up.
She can move them up 6 squares. They already have the +2 to their attack. Bam! They smack whatever the hell's in their way. Really great support piece.
She's like the Jessica Jones / Karen Page when they came out.
Yeah, the Karen Page.
Karen Page is so good.
All right, so thank you, Valeria Richards. That's a cool piece. I want that one. We have Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is a rare. So
That is a nice piece, by the way.
let's take a look at. Let's just give credit to this design.
Yeah, that's nice.
He's coming through the cosmic portal. He's trying to warn everybody about Galactus, and
Let's do a compare. You got a Silver Surfer in your starter set.
yes, we have this Silver Surfer as well.
And WizKids has learned not to just keep doing the same figure over and over again. You can tell that there's big differences between the two. Different poses.
Yeah.
They did a great job with this set.
They really did. Thank you, WizKids, for taking your sweet time on this. It's been paying
I'm
off.
happy they waited, yeah, because it was worth it.
Now, let's see what this guy can do. So, as a trait, at the beginning of the game, you generate a Don Greenwood bystander. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was like his love or someone like that. Which this bystander has some crazy abilities too.
Oh, Lord.
That I have to read, but let's finish the Surfer first. The Surfer can be put at 150 or 75 points. At 150, he's got 9 clicks. At 75, he's got 5 clicks. It's really good. Okay, he has a special movement power for like the first 5 clicks. Hypersonic speed. When Silver Surfer uses it, after resolutions, you may choose a character he hit or moved through. That character gains immobile until your next turn. So if he hits your character, he can choose that character can't not move next turn. It can still attack, but it cannot move. And it can also be somebody he just moves through.
Then the question also is going to be if somebody has free action sidestep, does it affect?
Yes, it would.
That's gonna be the
Immobile
question.
means you cannot move your guy. He cannot be. He can't be moved with telekinesis. He can't be sidestepped.
Nothing.
Moved. He cannot move. He can't be carried. He has to
Just
stay
like an object,
right
that's
there.
it.
It's really good. So like if he hits your tent pole and you're like, oh man, I gotta move this guy. I gotta move him. Nope. He's gonna stay there and he's gonna take the hits next turn too.
So what you would do is you would hit him and then you'd run somebody with poison and just set him right beside him.
and next turn he's set up to get hit with that. Yep.
And just poison them out.
Or if it's somebody who can only do close attacks, you just kind of like put him right here, and they can't do anything. They can't hit him. It's really funny, very clever way to do his ability. And now he has a special attack power called I only attack to defend. Choose a standard attack power an opposing character within 8 squares can use. Silver Surfer can use that power until your next turn.
Wow. So I'm going to use your hypersonic and just...
Attack power.
Attack power. Clarifying. Making sure the words were put out.
That's
Attack.
it. I said it.
I know, I'm just... you know what I'm doing. I'm being that guy.
I know.
Oh, so
Yeah,
I
we
can
know.
use... so I can use Indomitable if he's got it. No, that's
You got to be a little.
defense.
You got to be a little slow
Yeah.
to pull that one off. But there are people who are.
there are people that will...
They'll try that.
So remember to read the card.
Yeah.
Don't take... I love y'all to death, but I'll take it at face value. Read what it says. It does say attack.
What is his? Is he a con? What is he? A rare?
He's a rare.
Rare. Okay.
He's a rare in his rarity, and he has a power cosmic team ability. So he can't be outwitted, and he has willpower.
Which was also the what's his name?
Firelord.
Firelord's
That'd be a good
ability.
little,
Yeah.
That'd be a good fight between the two of them.
Be
but
a
I
good
think
team. The Heralds of Galactus.
That also would be a good team.
That's 300
How many?
points, right?
That's 300 points.
300
Right?
points right there. It's a hell of a Herald team.
They probably did
All right,
it
now
that way
about that
too,
Pog
just-
really quick. Tell me about that Pog.
Okay. Pop. So also Don Greenwood.
Now, when you say Pog, what does that mean?
A Pog is it's normally a token that is that has the abilities of a character. However, they only have 1 click. Like once you hit them, they're out. So they're normally for supporting, but they're worth 0 points. So you're forcing your opponent to take down a character who has 0 points in value. It's really like a distraction. But this Don Greenwood they're called bystanders in game.
Okay. But they got their things that they can do, right?
Yes, and this one can do a few things. This one has a trait. When Don Greenwood is KO'd by an opponent's attack, you modify the Silver Surfer's combat values by +1 for the rest of the game. So, if you go after her this dude will get a +1 to everything for the rest of the game. So that's awesome. So opponents are going to try to ignore her. She also has a special attack power. If Dawn Greenone is within 4 squares of an opposing character, you can place Silver Surfer adjacent to her. So if she gets in a tough spot where she's by herself, you give her a power action, and then the Silver Surfer is right by her side.
Mary Jane had that, right? With the Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man, yeah, she had a similar
Call it
ability.
from the Spider-Verse, but it would be Spider-Man to her side.
Yeah.
Yep. Which could be anyone.
And then she has a special damage power, enhancement, which will up somebody's damage for a range attack. And she has perplex, but only to target a character named Silver Surfer. And you get her for free. You get her just by playing the Silver Surfer. So, like, I love that type of stuff. That increases his value a lot.
And that's once per turn, if not on the board, or is that just once per game?
What's the question?
Is it generate once
Per
turn,
game. At the
or once
beginning
per
of the game, you get her, and
Okay.
that's it.
And
Yeah,
then,
I didn't
and
want
then she
anybody
can
to
be
double
KO'd.
dinosaur me,
Once
yeah.
she's KO'd, she's out. That's it.
I didn't want nobody trying to devil dino us, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but the wording on the cards are so clear now. Like
Yeah.
you got to be kind of like, if someone trick or treats you like that, you kind of deserve
Yeah,
it.
you need to read their cards. You can always request their cards. They don't want to let you read their cards, don't believe. Just walk away from them.
Now Franklin Richards, man, just looking at his dial.
You
this
said
is-
Franklin Richards?
Well, that's his real name.
Yeah,
In the comic, he's in the Battle World Secret Wars comic, and basically what happened was Doctor Doom, he became God Doom, and he took the Invisible Woman, he took Valeria, and he took Franklin, and he basically made his own little Doom family.
Yep.
And Franklin Von Doom, I could talk about this guy. This guy is like supposed to be destined to be what's this guy who goes through time? And he always like Kang
He's
the
green
Conqueror.
and purple, and he's Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, he can.
He's one of the Kangs.
He like destined to kind of be Kang the Conqueror in one timeline, and really cool guy. But this is him as a kid. Franklin Von Doom. He has a trait called "My thoughts and desires come to fruition." As a free action, you can choose one of these things. If 5 or less of Franklin Von Doom's generated terrain markers are on the map, you can generate a terrain marker in an adjacent square. Or remove all terrain markers except debris from a square within range and line of fire. So he can take away a person's terrain markers.
When you say terrain markers, like the last time we played, you set up barriers with Invisible Woman.
Yes, he can take away those barriers.
Wow.
He can take away smoke cloud.
Hindering?
Only if somebody generated it.
Yep.
He can generate. He can take away generated water terrains.
But now,
So if you're playing against like an Aquaman and you're creating water,
He can take it away.
terrains, he takes
very
it.
iffy because, like Namor Giganto, it creates debris terrain.
And it specifically says
Yeah.
in here, except debris.
Yeah.
So it can't take away debris, which is normally created by
The
leaking.
Wrecking Crew, Gigantor, yeah.
But this Franklin Von Doom, as a free action, he can generate hindering, water, or blocking terrain. One at a time, of course, but that's still pretty darn
That's pretty good. That's very helpful.
And he could change them next round.
Yeah, and they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, he's really good. He's got a 9 range, so he can do this from pretty far away.
How far can he place those terrains?
Up to 9 squares.
9 squares.
Wow.
But you're looking at what, an 18 to a 24 map, usually a 24. And
Now,
you
his,
usually come 2 off the start on each side, and then boom, you've got half the map.
Now, here's the cool thing though, like he doesn't have like a really impressive dial at first thing. Like on his first 3 clicks, he is a support piece. Like he will generate these terrains. He can use incapacitate or telekinesis, so he can move your characters up. He can put action tokens on an opponent. But then you, let's say you getting frisky and you're like,
The
you know what,
doom
let me
side comes out.
let me knock this dude out.
The Doom side hits him.
As soon as he's on click 4, he gets 13 attack, 20 defense,
Oh my.
and 5 damage.
What is that representing?
That represents, it says, you want to save yourself some trouble and give up. Franklin Von Doom has the ability to control reality itself. So the first 3 clicks are representing him like just helping out the people around him. But now you pissed him off. So now he is controlling your reality and he's making it so you can't hurt him easily anymore.
Right. And WizKids did a good job just kind of like
manipulating the idea.
showing that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you really want to get jiggy with it, on his defense, he has a special ability. It's a stop click. So he will stop there no matter what, unless you have something that gets through stop clicks. He has power cosmic, he has colossal size, and he has impervious. So what colossal size does for him is that he gets to ignore elevation terrain and other characters for targeting purposes.
It's like super improved targeting and movement.
Yeah, and he can do a close attack like up to 3 squares away.
Yeah, it's
That
giant reach.
reach. Yeah, giant reach.
And he can fly. This guy has flight too, so terrain's not a problem for him. But he also has a little damage ability he gets on his first 3 clicks. It's called Reality Warp. He can use probability control and he can use outwit, but only when Franklin Von Doom occupies a terrain marker. So he has to be within like a little hindering terrain square.
So
and he
just
can use
generate 100.
Yeah, but that's not a problem. And he's got the team ability of Minions of Doom that I mentioned earlier. He's got Battle World keyword, so that would play with the Battle World set that came out a while ago. Fantastic Four, so you can play him on a Fantastic Four team. And he has Latveria, which is normally a Doctor Doom, keyword.
Yep.
And Cosmic. This is a great piece.
That was great pulls in that one booster right there.
Fantastic pulls. This guy, I predict him easily $70 or $80 right now.
Yeah, full meta run, easy.
Yeah, he's meta. This guy is very meta. He's only 70 points and he gives you a lot. Very good.
70 points, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are we on time?
All right, so that was episode 2. I think we're at 40 minutes right now.
Okay.
And we did what, 2 boosters?
Yes, 2
yeah,
boosters.
not bad at all, not bad at all. So we're gonna go ahead and stop here and then we'll go to episode 3. Probably go through another couple boosters and then we still, I mean, look, we got a chase in this one. And we still got this conspiracy. We call it Creed's conspiracy theory, where he's saying that this booster that he pulled from the crate should have a chase or some really good, maybe 2 super rares or something crazy like that.
Oh, that would be lovely.
But so far, we pulled a chase already from this brick and a couple super rares, so it's looking good for us.
Yeah.
All right, guys, say peace out.
Peace out.
All right, bye, everybody.